which was rather foolish. So to make the playoff is success as far as I'm concerned, so I'm quite happy. I've played 3 times. I played at Rockcliffe Hall. I made a playoff at there and came second, which was okay, but ultimately frustrating. And I made the national final playoff a couple of years back at Stoke Park, so that was good fun. Game plan is to try and hit the fairway. I think if you hit the fairway on 16 and 17, then you've done well. You want to be middle of the fairway. You want to be middle of the green, 2 putts. Thanks very much. That's really what you want to do.
It's an excellent plan. A plan he's thought long and hard about. So, a man full of confidence and used to being in these finals. And it's turning rather a lot from right to left, is it? Appears to be. Ooh, no, that's not the place to be. In there somewhere. Young man behind the tee, seeing the funny side of that, but I don't think our Trilby Turian is. So let's catch up with the second shots. Evershed at the 16th, of course, out of position. Cannot be going for the green from here. And this is smashed out across the other side, and well, he's moved it. Using all points of the compass so far. This is where Hayward's tee shot finished, and this is in some real thick cabbage. That's going to snag. Oh, did snag. 2. He's moved it. That's his 3rd. It's like a Hamlet advert. Here's the 4th. Oh dear. Oh dear. And after another shot in the woods, then he decided to take a drop. Playing his 14th shot, sorry, 7th, Hayward. And that's how quickly it can happen. A disaster on the very first hole and you're gone. So after all that, the close run things for Mr. Hayward, it's not going to be the Championship of Hampshire that's going to come his way. And a bit of a chop forward for John Paul. J Tab's tee shot finished here. Spectacular drive. Can he match it with the second? Must be going a hair left. Just a hair. 2 good strikes to there. Considering where everyone else is, that's pretty good. Maybe I didn't exaggerate when I said he's played 14. Oh, look at that. Right down in the bowels of the grass. Another drop. He's playing his 9th shot, in fairness to him. He's going to keep going. Good strike was the call, but it's all to no avail now. Did well to get it to there in 9. They're a jaunty crowd, aren't they? Giving him every encouragement. Fanning's 3rd. Quite a long way away in 2. And quite a long way away in 3. So Fanning struggling. Evershed struggling. He's giving that a healthy smash. It'll be, yes, putting, but from miles away for Evershed. Well, there's Mark O'Leary getting involved, Chief Executive of the Trilby Tour. Giving Julian Hayward a knowing pat on the shoulder. Lovely chip from John Paul Fanning. So he's played 4. That's a 5 net 4. So he's level after 1 hole. No damage done. J Tab, opportunity with a chip and a putt to go 1 under. Pops it up in the air. Oh, and it's very nice, isn't it? Lovely chip from J Tab. Julian Hayward's 10th shot at the first playoff hole. At what point did you not know it was going your way? Just about now, I think. Although, in fairness to him, he's a tryer. It's a very good 10, but a plan that didn't exactly come to fruition. +5, 2 holes to go. Evershed's par attempt. He has a shot. Go on. Well done. Lovely judgment. So a 5 net 4. Level par. Not really smiling. It's more like wind. Tab for his part. After a lovely chip. Oh yes. Ipswich Town fans go mad. 1 under par. He leads. 2 holes to go. Getting closer to being a champion on the Trilby Tour, J-Tab. Now the 17th hole is 386 yards. But a par 4 that just needs a tee shot that finds the fairway. Is it another corking drive? Well, it is. That's unlucky. Just a 1.5 feet off the fairway. Evershed next. This one's starting to slide right. Don't think that's going to be on the short stuff. Oh, it's in there. Shouts of 4, and he scattered the crowd with that. Fanning receiving another stroke here. Four right. Unsure of the whereabouts of that. And Julian Hayward last to play. Same game plan, just pop it on the fairway. Well, if only you could have done that at the hole before. That's in the perfect spot, that. Exasperating times for Hayward. Tab then. First to go. Looks good. Looks good. And it is good. Centre of the green. Beauty. Evershed slightly blocked out, but he can go over the top of those trees from here. And he's pushed that Mars right. That's in trouble. Oh, clunk. Where has that come down? Fanning's second shot to 17. 1 behind. With a stroke. And that's well struck. Pushed a little maybe. And dig your toes in. Well, he's putting. That's the important thing. Hayward's tee shot was the best of all 4. And the greens opened up in front of him. There for the taking. Can he turn this one onto the flag? Not quite. Just overdone. Evershed's finished over here. And trying to play some sort of low snorkeler through the trees and through the limbs and branches. He's hit it low. He's carried the water. That's actually a very good shot from there. Did very well. I'm seeing a little bit of Paul Merson there with Evershed. That's for the par. Stay there. Tony Adams maybe. A little bit of Tony Adams. Must be an Arsenal connection. Hayward's third. +5, remember, after a 10. And that one's a little bit gamey. So it does seem to be between 2 players. J Tab and John Paul Fanning. Tab's birdie putt. No, that's a really good attempt. Didn't hole it, but it's stone dead. Remains 1 under. Leading for now. No shot on the 17th for Tab, but there is one for John Paul Fanning, and he's here in 2. So 2 putts to tie Tab. That just trickled past. And that's crucial. That's absolutely gutting. Because he had that to tie things up at the top, so he remains 1 back. 3 putt bogey from there. Hayward's par attempt. Drops a shot in the end, +6, Julian Hayward. Can't wait for it to be over. 3 holes is 3 holes too many now. Evershed's 5th. He's got a stroke. That's costly. Now +1. So there's 1 man that leads the way. Only 1 man that's under par with a hole to play, the 18th, and that is J Tab. And we'll see that final hole and discover who's going to be the champion when we come back.
The Perfect Gentleman's Playground. The Perfect Gentleman's Playground.
Welcome back, one hole to go in the playoff. William Hunt can organise many things. Today he's organised a fly pass with a Lancaster. Nothing short of brilliant for those competing in the playoff final. Going along like a sewing machine, beautiful thing. So final hole, J-Tab has the lead. Maybe 4 is going to be good enough for him down here. Drivable par 4, but out of bounds if you go left. So J-Tab sensibly an iron up the right. And the middle of the fairway. Well done, J-Tab. Driver for John Paul Fanning. Now there's out of bounds here. If he doesn't absolutely catch this. Well, that's right now out of bounds. It's got to fly everything and come back inbounds. Which it has done. Somehow it stopped short of making its way to the flag. That's amazing. What a tee shot. Big shot there for an 18 handicapper. Evershed, +1. And that is Oscar Bravo. Shouts of 4. In there, lost and out of bounds. He's gone. Julian Hayward. +6, still trying to do the right thing, just pop it down the fairway. But that's a big slinging hook, and you know where this is going. Left of the white posts, out of bounds. Thankfully his 3-hole playoff is over. I bet he'd like to go back to that 16th hole again. Can't now, because Tab has the lead. 1 under, second shot, find the green. Well, he knew it was long, didn't he? He knew it was long. Over the green and a very quick chip. And he knows that Fanning's right alongside the green in 1. He was unlucky not to find the putting surface, the drive. 3rd, tricky quick chip. J-Tab, keep going. It's a nice one, but that's not as close as it looks. Just look how close to the green Fanning's tee shot was. And that one just wide of the mark. Oh, he's gritting his teeth. It's all very tense and tight. Birdie attempt for Fanning. This would tie J-Tab. Oh, he misses another one to the right. That's got to hurt. So level par for 3 holes. J-Tab quite simply has a putt for the championship. Lots of practice strokes, at least 3, 4 maybe, for the par and the win. It always comes down to a moment like this for the Championship of Hampshire, and Tab's up to the task. He wins. Strikes a blow for professional football in Ipswich Town. Hugs all round from his brother. And J-Tab, he is your champion at Meon Valley. Holding the trophy aloft, that's always the best moment.
The Trilby Tour rolls on. There are now 6 regional qualifiers left until we find out who will make up the field at the World Championship final at Saint-Pierre. After that, there's the pairs competition, the Trilby Twos, and our Rogues Gallery special, all here on Sky Sports every Monday night. Now, let's hear from the newly crowned champion of Hampshire, J-Tab.
Yeah, I can't believe it really. I didn't start too great. I got on the first green in regulation and 4-putted and for a blob, and then I was thinking it's going to be a long day. But yeah, it just kind of got better, stuck in there, hold a few putts and kept going, and yeah, just really enjoyed it. It was a really good day, and to win obviously makes it even more special.
Congratulations to the Tabster. We'll see him at the final. Now, shot of the day goes to Paul Tidy from Goodwood for this good iron to the green on the 12th. Nice and tidy that, Paul. Now, it's that time again. It's Rogues Gallery. And first up, left-hander Paul Reynolds on the 17th, trying to see if he can get his ball and a sod of grass into the lake, which he does. And here's Brendan Delaney doing his bit for the environment by collecting all the truffles from the side of the greens. Good man there, Brendan. Our first entry into Who'd Be a Cameraman tonight is this effort during the shootout by Craig Phillips. very close that one, Craig. Scott White's attempt to chip onto the green on the 7th ends in, well, ignominy is the only word for it, really. Steve Capling wasn't the only player to struggle on the 7th tee, but he was the funniest. This is George Stoddart, and we don't know why he's on the 12th, as the rest of his group was on the 13th, something he's clearly not happy about. Jim Shields has at least the consolation that a posh camera shot captured this tragic exit from the bunker. Another struggler on the 12th tee is Bruce Palmer, who at least manages to hit his shot long and straight into the pond. Now, we don't know where this shot by Bob Robbins on the first fairway ended up, but judging by the look of resignation on his face, it wasn't somewhere good. And finally, our cameraman Dougie has his professionalism tested by Colin Bodie. Here's William on the day's events.
You've got to feel for Julian. He's an exceptionally good golfer, and basically, my money was on him on that tee. He's been here before, he's seen it, and he's exceptionally good player, a great guy, and that first hole, that hurt, and I think he lost his head a little bit, and Julian got that wrong. He knows he got it wrong, and he took it really well, but he'll be seething inside. But then Jay's a seasoned Trilby Touring. He knows what he's doing, and he's a professional sportsman. All that's got to help, and he had his brother who did a great job on the bag, and I think Jay's a fantastic winner.
Next week, I hope we're back in the glorious hills and dales above Halifax and Hollins Hall for the Championship of Yorkshire. In the meantime, please have a gander at the website www.williamhunttrilbytour.com for details on getting aboard the Trilby train in 2015. We'll see you next week.
Different people that you've obviously seen on telly, and now you'll see them in the raw, and they're not as good looking as they are usually on the telly, I must admit.
William Hunt Savile Row sponsors the Trilby Tour, the perfect gentleman's playground.